other than saying, other than preventing them from banning out characters that NTG might end up using. And if, with them having locked in the Flash, it does look like it's going to be either a Sephora jungle, like you stated, or a Sephora support.
Yeah, double mage versus double mage is really interesting coming out here. And they're going to go ahead and hover this Quillen ban because, oh, the Murad ban coming out instead. Very interesting here.
Yeah, the Murad ban's a little interesting considering they already have Darcy picked up in the jungle. I don't really know why they opted to ban out the Murad. NTG doesn't have really any reason to pick up a Murad whatsoever, especially considering that they already have their jungle.
But it does make sense with a mage in the jungle. You don't want to deal with a hero who can cancel most of your abilities and dodge out of them.
That's true. So unless NTG is going to throw out something where Darcy is going inside lane, which I highly doubt, especially since Crow swapped over to the Punish, I think that it was just a wasted ban in my opinion.
And Varus here is being hovered here from the blue side team. I haven't really seen her being played much to the level where I expect her to be as for a new hero, but I'm excited to see how they play her tonight. With that double front line.
Yeah, banning out the Quillen here makes sense, honestly, because they haven't picked up their jungle yet necessarily, unless they do something crazy with Sephora. They could end up picking up the Ryoma, however, for this final pick, which would solidify Executive's roster quite well, considering they've already got that Arduin front line and the Sephora support.
And picking the Zuka or the Scud into the Arduin would be very dangerous on their part.
Varese does seem a little bit more likely,
yes.
Considering she'll be able to trade and heal up better than either of those. The only thing that I could think of would be that Scud and Zuka could out-rotate Arduin, as long as they just clear their wave, try to avoid prolonged engagements with him, and then look for ganks via bushes, maybe in the mid lane, taking out the enemy jungle, etc.
Definitely.
But it does look like they'll end up locking in that Varese.
So they have this double mage on the blue side, and yep, here comes the Violet, which would be perfect for this comp here because they have so much poke ability and an amazing front line with the Baldum.
Yeah, so they do have a rather strong composition, actually. I really like the Baldum pickup here because of the aggression that you can go through with having that very subtly tanky support. Baldum is very close to a wall, and most people don't recognize that because he tends to go unnoticed, but not only that, his magic damage that he can dish out is actually quite significant. So very, very strong pick in the support lane if that Annette ends up getting banned out, which they did ban her out. And it looks like they're picking up... Is this going to be a Sephora jungle? They're looking at supports right now.
It might be it.
I hope they're not forgetting about a jungle. But they do lock in the Crest, which, if that's the case, then we might actually see Sephora jungle here in the first round.
They got to pick that Punish soon. They have a little bit over 40 seconds left here to do that.
Yeah, did you talk to them beforehand, or are you
I didn't.
baiting me into this?
This is not a bait. This is actually a very strong
They just
pick.
swapped and it's a Sephora jungle.
And here it comes.
Interesting.
And this is a great pick into the RC because she gets so much heal, and her mid game wave clear is just insanely quick in that jungle. She's literally gonna be a two-shot in the camps.
Interesting. All right, well, I'm looking forward to seeing this as my first time visiting Sephora jungle here in the PVL Week 4 Season 2, guys. If you are watching right now, feel free to give us a like, a follow. Please share out the content that we are here providing for you tonight. Each share that you send out for the PVL grants you one entry into our weekly skin giveaway. So feel free to share it out to your friends, your family, etc. We'd love to have more people come in and support this community of players that is here providing the awesome entertainment for you tonight. And with that, guys, we are loading into game 1 of the night with NTG versus Executee. So before we get into the actual game portion of it, the early game aggression from both teams is actually quite high. So, do you think that they're going to try and trade buffs, go for invades? What are you looking at right now, community?
I definitely want to see an invade come out here from the red team. They have a Crest and an Aldrin for the front line with the Wisp and a Flash in the back line. So they definitely have the strong early game here to invade them and really punish that Violet and
Yeah,
Darcy.
with those shields, they do have a good opportunity, especially having that heal. And they do have a double execute, which means that they're going to be running Flash in. They're still going to be running Flash in the mid lane, but he's not going to have necessarily that flicker to get out of some engagements, nor will he be able to use that flicker ult. But yeah, they do have a very strong front line right now. NTG also does as well, and they have a heavy amount of poke in their early game, so curious to see if they'll end up utilizing that to the full effectiveness. With that, it does look like Executee is pushing for a bottom side red invade potentially. That, or they're just going to end up playing it safe, but looking very uniform right there. Good vision up on the river, preventing NTG from being able to invade pretty much. A little bit of poke coming out from Story and Fruit Loop, just trading a little bit of blows right now. Pops will come over to assist, and they'll end up backing off. And then they will just go through safely and pick up the buffs for each other. And you're right, actually. Her ability to clear wave is rather significant.
Yeah, such a fast wave clear here. She struggles a little bit health-wise early on, but
yeah,
she's able to get through that first clear.
I think if NTG knew how low Sephira gets in this early game, they would have gone for a more assassin-like jungle, because if they, instead of banning out the Quillen, if they had gone for that, or if they'd gone for something like a Cricknack, they would have so much high damage potential that it would be really easy to shut down Sephira in this early game.
And here the Wisp is really too far deep. Crest is able to spot out the bottom here, and Dead has to be very careful how he plays this here. They're going to start this fight out, and a good job disengaging here by that, but they re-engage with that ultimate there, able to catch them off guard there.
And that's going to be a double kill. Yeah, that was a really good play with his ultimate, being able to get that time. I guess it's like a time backwards. I don't know the name of it yet, but being able to get that ability, being able to successfully snag both members of the team, that was able to secure them both of those kills very significantly. And Captain Crunch in a lot of trouble here right now as well. They end up getting this one from Baldum out onto the team. They're going to be able to take them down very quickly. Flash does end up going down, however, Story will go down as well. 1-for-1 trade going out right now for the side of NTG.
And with that, you're going to go back to wave clear in the middle. Violet is back in lane versus
Oh, and a nasty gank coming out from Crow, being able to take down Sephira in the mid lane. That is going to stifle her ability to hit that mid game power spike that you were talking about earlier.
Yeah, definitely. She needs to really power farm to be able to be a threat in that jungle, to be able to clear so fast to get that early advantage and levels that she does need to out damage the RC here. And they're going to rotate towards his mid turret here. They don't have the minion wave, but they're able to just poke it down just enough to get damage onto the Liliana there.
Story getting really good vision right now. Crushed isn't level 4 yet, so he can't use that Metamorphosis in order to really engage on these team fights yet. With them pulling out the Abyssal Dragon right now, they're looking to just deny NTG that objective for this remainder of their early game while Sephira gets farmed back up. Good poke coming out from Winter onto Fruit Loop as Fruit Loop rotates down and tries to get an engage. He will go down very low after getting hit by that Reiki Bomb. Not sure why he just didn't walk away from that, but it does look like Sephira is level 5 now. She will end up rotating over to her red side. However, in the bottom lane, Metamorphosis does come out from Masquerade. Story will get the knock up onto him. However, they are on the back foot right now. Darcy coming in from the side. He does pop his ultimate, and they will end up pushing both teams' members down. I believe this will be a double kill, and with them clearing this wave, they have free reign over the Abyssal Dragon and potentially the bottom tower. It does look like they'll end up prioritizing the bottom tower as well, and with Perez pushing up into the top lane, they're standing on a very strong foot right now.
And this poor Sephira is getting invaded so hard here, but she does have support here and is able to get that kill she definitely needed here. And
her damage is very subtle but extremely high, and so I don't think that Pops was really understanding how much damage Sephira is dissing out, especially since she's the jungle in this case.
But since she was spotted on the top side of the map, this will open up the dragon up for NTG, and they're able to secure that without any challenge there.
Yeah, 1.5k gold lead right now for NTG. It does look like they're just finishing up their first items, those tier 2 items, as they build into their boots and start getting towards that mid game that they're looking for coming up in the next few minutes. 2 members of Executee on the back side, however, Flash will end up rotating back for mid, that way he can clear his lane. Heavy's a little low right now, and it's rather dangerous for him to be staying this low in lane, especially with Executee rotating as constantly as they are. But considering NTG does have a lead, he can make riskier plays, and it does look like he'll end up picking up this bottom tower freely. With Kresh rotating away, there's really no reason why they weren't able to take that. So great securing that objective for the side of Non-Toxic Esports, and Executee will pick up 1 kill to return that.
And However, with the great gank there.
Yeah, Varese will end up picking up 1 gank onto Flash, and it does look like with the support of Story, they will be able to get out of this. Story having to pop the heal in order to get Varese out. He might end up going down himself though right now, as his teammates were not there to support him.
And they're rotating towards this top side now with the Crest and Arduin, so Varese has to be very careful to get out, but it does mean that Violet got a free wave there on the Dragon lane there, so she is going to be able to get that farm with the recall safely.
Interesting choice by Pops. He just jumped over the wall and used his ultimate into the bush. Not really sure what happened there, maybe a misplay on his part, but his ultimate will be down now for a little while, and he will have to rotate back to his lane to clear.
And the fight is starting now. Sephra does miss her stun there. Baldum will spot them out. JRC with the poke is to clear this minion wave out, so the red team will not be able to advance on this turret. They're going to rotate towards this top side, knowing that they have the minion wave here. Vrez is in the bush. She just gets spotted out here by the Crest and Arden. Arden all coming down, and they're going to go ahead and burst her out completely there.
Yeah, so not good communication coming out from NTG, considering they saw all 5 members get up out of the mid lane and start rotating top. They weren't able to really tell their teammates what was going on, and so he got pretty much a free kill onto Pops on that Varese. But it does look like NTG is looking to counteract that a little bit and get this Abyssal Dragon picked up here before Executee comes down and tries to contest. Baldum trying to basically stand in the way as his teammates finish up the objective, sacrificing his life for them to be able to secure that kill. Good poke coming out from Captain Crunch right now. However, he's going to be in a bit of a bad spot right now, as he will take a lot of damage, and a really good play coming out from him as Maschetti was able to use the Typhoon to interrupt Darcy, and Captain Crunch was able to come back in and secure that kill. So 2 kills secured there for Executee, and with NTG on the back foot right now, they're picking up this tier 2 mid turret for their team. And it does end up going down with Wisp.
And they're going to catch this bot side turret as well.
Yeah, Story's having a little bit of difficulty right now. He keeps overextending, which is putting him in a bad spot. 0-3 and 5 right now, 0-4 and 5 after that last death. He's really trying to go for these engages, but at the same time, if he doesn't have the support of his team, then he's going to end up getting caught out more often than not. And with the mid-game strength of Executee right now being 2.5k gold up, he doesn't have the leeway and freedom to be able to secure these kills and just go in and dive as freely as he wants to.
And Arduin with the outplay there and barely surviving. Crest able to come there and give him a little bit of a shield to survive that burst there.
Yep, and Crow taking a lot of poke now from Captain Crunch. Captain Crunch will end up taking him down, and they will be backing out from that one. The tables really turned rather quickly, as Executee is pretty much on the offensive now. 4k gold lead getting picked up for their team, and it does look like they'll end up picking up this tier 2 tower here. With Story and Winter both being side by side, they're going to take a lot of poke from Flash. Flash now having his Hecates as well as the Spoopy Mask completed, he's going to be dishing out a lot of damage with that 65 Magic Pierce as well as the 20% increased ability power.
And now they're pushing for the tier 1 turrets here in the mid lane. They put this turret, they get this, but the fight started out. Baldum trying to go in there, but he's not able to get down to Sephra with her invulnerability there. And Arduin will try to focus Vera here, but not get enough damage out. They're going to clear this wave and reset. Blue buff will be donated over to the Wisp. And Flash on that kill by himself with 3 other enemies there. What a great outplay that we missed.
Yeah, so Crow was a little overextended, but at the same time, Flash is just fed enough to where he can dive in and basically take any of the members if they're not there supporting their teammates. And so I don't think that NTG is reacting well enough because they're taking a lot of hits on individual members of the team, and the team really isn't staying there to back them up and to support their members. It seems like they're playing a little bit too individually and not as a cohesive unit. Looks like a fight maybe breaking out in the bottom lane, though, here, as ultimate does come out from Wisp. Wisp will end up going under the tower. Captain Crunch having to pop his ultimate. He does manage to scare 3 members, and with the Metamorphosis coming out, he will be able to get out successfully. No members dead on either side. Decent poke coming out from Heavy as he's able to take down Sephora at a half. However, in this top lane in this mid lane right now, the high ground turret will end up going down. Pops being able to pop his execute and get a secured kill onto Fruit Loop on that Arduin. Taking a little bit of damage back after he died 1v1 up the top lane. And it does look like Muschetti with his ultimate now down. He will end up going down as well. So that is 2 kills secured for the side of NTG. They're back on the offensive. So with Executee on the back foot right now, they need to be either securing this Darkslayer or going for the Enraged Abyssal.
And Flash going here 1v3. Getting that poke damage out and dodging the RC ultimate, getting the kill, and they're going to re-engage it. RC is going to get pulled right back in, trying to get that kill, but the Sephora kill coming out and preventing that. What a great play there by the red side team.
Yeah, Story popped his charge 1 second too early. Good poke coming out from Heavy, being able to take down 2 members now of Executee. Is he going to be able to take a third? No, he will not. Captain Crunch will secure the kill onto him. But yeah, so with Story on that Baldwin popping his charge a little too early, he does not end up securing the kill that he wanted to by being able to flip up the flash after he exited his ultimate. Looking at that, though, 3 members will go down for the side of Executee, so they're trading kills quite consistently, and NTG is playing like they're trying to stay in this fight. They're not giving up.
And Artem again pushing here, but they're going to rotate towards him, and he's going to try to desperately run away here, but they're going to just CC him down, but he's just so tanky. Does he get out alive here?
Does look like his ultimate clipped onto the wall, and so he will not be able to get out of that one alive, picking up no kills for his side of the team. NTG picking up a kill onto the primary carry, or the primary frontliner for Executee does give them a lot of opportunity. However, Executee has started this Enraged Abyssal, and NTG does not have vision on this right now. They will get the vision now coming the Story out here. NTG needs to have the rest of their members rotating over, but they're not rotating. Pardon me. Story taking a lot of poke right now as he's in the middle of the entire team of Executee. Good shields coming up, being out for that Metamorphosis.
Great ult by Flash.
He will end up going down. Captain Crunch now taking out all of the back line of NTG. NTG is on this back foot again, and they will end up denying the Enraged Abyssal Dragon, it resetting, however, only for a moment, as Executee is back onto this, and they are taking this objective. Meanwhile, Pops will end up going down in a really tearful 1v1 against Captain Crunch. Captain Crunch using that execute to take down Perez right before she was able to take him out. With Heavy going down now in the lane and the waves pushing in onto the tower, Winter will be able to clear that wave before they're able to secure the end of the game. But if he goes down right here with only Baldub up to support them, this looks like it's going to be a quick game end here from Executee, and they will pick up this first victory at 13 minutes and a 6k gold lead.
And that Sephora jungle, we were not expecting that to come out this round.
Yeah, so Sephora did end up doing very well, and I think it was primarily because of the fact that NTG really didn't have anything to deny her in the early game. They were playing a similar mage composition, and they weren't looking for that opportunity to really invade, deny Sephora that early farm, especially considering how weak she is in that. I don't think many people have seen Sephora jungle, so having that come out and do what it did, I think is definitely going to turn some heads here in the next few weeks. And looking right here, we are getting the second lobby of the night set up for NTG and Executee as we enter into match 2. If you guys just give us a few moments, we will have that set up for you, and we will be on to the next bit of content that we have here for you. So, looking at the damage percentages as well as the ending lineups, I definitely have to give the MVP for Executee over to Captain Crunch on that flash, because he was dominating, being able to go in, dive in, take those kills, secure them, and exit without losing his own life. Community, what are your thoughts?
Definitely, he did it so well in that flash. I haven't seen it flash play that well since before his nerfs, his movement speed. But I just quickly wanted to give a quick shout out to Boss Badger for that amazing Sephora build and bringing her into the jungle. He's probably one of the first people on the NA server to bring that Sephora to the jungle role.
Boss Badger. All right, we'll give him the credit where it's due. Also, at the same time, guys, we do want to give a shout out to Samurai Gamers, who is our proud partner for all your Arena Valor content. They have guides, they have information, they have videos. They follow the PVL, and they provide weekly updates for all of the information that you guys desire about your awesome action-packed esports content in North America. So if you're interested in Samurai Gamers, feel free to go to samurai-gamers.com. They've got a ton of Arena Valor gameplay information if you want to up your game, or if you just want to hear more about what's going on here as we progress through the PVL.
And I just want to quickly remind everybody, for every share of the stream on the Facebook, which we are going to fix right now, you will be entered in a skin raffle at the end of the night. We will be picking a winner from the raffle, so make sure to do that in a couple of moments when we restart the stream to fix the Facebook stream issue.
And with that, it does look like both teams are ready. So we're going to be jumping right into the action of Game 2 for the night.
Let me quickly join the lobby, sorry.
The lobby just started. 1 second. I thought you were in the lobby already because somebody was in the spectator slot. 1 moment. Let me take care of this. Let me see if I can do something real quick.
And while we have this little bit of a moment, I'm going to restart the stream. This should fix the Facebook issue and have us go live there as well. So we'll be back in a few seconds.